halls of the big sky state lives a legend the Indians say he stays back in a crate. Man, the grizzly bear raised by timber was destined for fame. No, it was sung by the lone boy walking, and I'll never forget that day. Started to blow. He was a hideous man with a demonic stance, eyes cut into my soul. Thunder sound, the rain came falling down, and it wanted for me to leave. Vanished with the lightning in his beard, so banging that I fell down to my knees.
All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Against All Odds stream. Tonight we have Katarina Presley, the commanding officer for the recon company at the 75th Rangers, and she's being played by Emily. Hello, Emily. Introduce yourself. All right. And Red Tom, go ahead and put yourself. And then Tech. All right. And T Wolf. And unfortunately, Goodman cannot make the game tonight. He had to get called in for overtime, or actually told on the night, not choice. So, last when we played, the unit had ambushed a group of marauders and successfully overcame them, and that's where we left off, actually. So, now put up the bridge fight map. All right. Once everybody's loaded in, you guys can go ahead and take it from there. All right, you guys loaded in now? All right. So, we left off. This is where we left off. You guys had successfully captured these two that show the suppression symbol, and it's in had actually it had the medic, which is Cheryl Rodriguez, go through and check everybody, make sure everybody was dead, anybody that was wounded got treated. So we are correct. Just the two of them. Captain Presley. Oh, all right. So who you sending to tell the villagers? Okay, so you're gonna walk. Yep, you're right at the bridge. This is the road right through the bank right before it starts to go up. Sorry, what was that? Said Emily. Wait. Gotcha. Okay. Sure. Actually, Goodman will come over here and guard one of the prisoners. He'll take one of them back here behind the second vehicle so they're separated. Rodriguez will stand in the middle of the vehicles. Bryant Anderson will stay here as well. All right. So I'm actually not going to change the scene just for you to go up there to talk to him, JD. So let's go ahead and you get up there to the roadblock at the bridge, top of the bridge. He's all right. He walks over to you. So you kill all the marauders, yes? So all but two, then, yes? Very well. Like I told you, about a dozen. That's the most we saw. That's what came yesterday. Nope, there was actually 14 of them. There was a guy with a gun up on the gun of each one of them, an RPK. Then there's two guys with RPGs that bailed out, got killed early, and then there were five more guys in each vehicle. I mean, yeah, technically that's the max load that the UAZ can haul is 7. So it's actually more than what they had saw, or unless they just missed somebody when they're counting, miss people. Said about a dozen, so 14's about a dozen, right? All right. So he says, so now, yes, we send squad down to help uh, gather up guns anything valuable in vehicles, yes? And we bring them back up here to bridge. So he says, you take them back down with you, yes? I stay here. Yes, they will be waiting on bottom side of bridge after everything's done. So he sends a squad of 6 guys with you. Good. They're right there. No, it didn't take many times. They're right there. Sends them with you. Are you ready to do your interrogation, Emily? All right. It's back to you. Assuming you're coming over here at the prisoners, right? Yep. Sorry. There you go. Well, what language are you speaking in? Vehicles are Russian. I am Victor Mushtov. I am. Yeah. Wow. And my mind froze. I actually got to. My brain froze. Actually, I got to pull my book. I don't remember the pronunciation of the Russian ranks like I thought I did. Actually, had it memorized before. My brain just froze. I will drop it. So yeah, that shit of cars. I just dropped them all over the floor. Yay! Uh huh. Actually, it looks. Put them up. Right. So, all right. He says. Says my rank is Starishi Sergeant. Yes, I say. But I no longer serve Soviet pigs because they are pigs. They get my men killed. Treat men like disposable. What languages do you speak? And under his breath, he says something in a language you don't recognize. There actually may be somebody that speaks his language. NPC wise, I don't think any of the PCs do. They may speak anything outside of German, Polish, Russian. Spanish doesn't matter either. Speak what? It's called English. It is. It's still English. You just gotta adjust your ears to understand. That's all. Actually, nope. Nobody here speaks the language. Don't know. You could ask him. You could ask him. And speaking Czech. Yes, I'm from Czechoslovakia. Are not most all soldiers unwilling conscripts for elite pigs? That made poor people start war. I have nothing else to do. Like most roads rubble. That's what I see. Or dirt in this godforsaken country. Lots of mud here. I want to go back home. Now that looks impossible. I did not know what bridge is which bridge. Just drive. Not have a map. Uh, we not stay still long enough to know anything like that. We avoid contact with other military units when possible. Fine. And like I said, I have no map, so no way to know where we were when we come upon checkpoints. If I've seen any checkpoints, yes. As I said, though, we try to avoid military units. We don't go through checkpoints. Not good for deserters to come up in contact with Soviet forces. I see Americans, they marauder, not, I don't know. I don't talk to them. And I have not have map to know where I was when I see them. I can tell you it's been several days since I've seen Soviet or American forces. But we've been hiding in woods. Been hiding in many woods for many times. Woods I'm in now, we've been hiding in for 3 days. No, I have not. Well, not recently. When we made our initial push through 2 years ago, what do you mean, like? Huh? And I don't remember many battles since then. All right. See Wolf, you walk up about this time. Here's your 6 little workers with you. Right? Well, they start going around and gathering, picking up all the stuff off the bodies and stuff. And then they bring it all back over by where Anderson's standing. Start piling it up. Thank you, Trina. Just judging things time wise. You got Caleb Jackson's been standing over him the whole time. You're over with the other guy? I'm saying you're at the other guy. You're walking over to the other prison, right? Yep, you're at the other guy now. And the guy says, I am Redavoy Dmitry Dimitrov. I am Soviet. Radavoy. Roads here are shit. I want to go home back to Russia. Yeah, yeah. I was born in Russia. Always been Soviet. I support my country like you support yours. This was our whole band. Yes, I've seen American forces. I've killed many American forces too. Our home was the vehicle. Kind of does a little shoulder roll, roll recon check. No, roll recon check. No, it's when he does that, it seems like he kind of flexes for a second. So, how are you wanting Cook to restrain him? You guys zip tied him already. Yeah. As Cook goes to push him down to throw him on his belly, the guy rolls and actually, that is actually one of the RPG guns. I didn't realize that. And he slashes out with a knife at Cook. And he hits Cook. For 4 points of damage in his arms. His left arm. Which is a big hit on Cook. He's gushing blood everywhere. And that'll be initiative at that point. That was a surprise for him. No, you guys all hear a loud ass scream from Cook. He just had his arm sliced open. You're gonna unload what? Okay, so you're gonna shoot the captain, Cook, civilian, and the. Why Caleb's all the way over there, all the way over here. All right, and let's draw initiative. You get 2, right, JD? There, JD. Read it if you're there, JD. You get 2, right? Actually, I probably should have just kept that out then. Thinking about. All right, and I drew a 4 for you. That different what you got the first time? Yeah. Anybody else got combat awareness, or is it just JD? Okay, so Goodman is the first one actually that gets to go. And he had his M9 out and will shoot the guy. Oh, actually, wait a minute. I gotta make a cuff roll for him first. That big of a hit. And he's right. Got 2 successes. So he puts 2 into the guy's torso, which will be 4 damage and a crit, which will kill him. And combat's over. So you guys are gonna kill the other prisoner during combat. Yeah. Alright. Combat over. Oops, I forgot to click begin combat. End combat. And Cook calls out for medic. Rodriguez will come down. And she will attempt to heal him with her combat medic kit. Staunch the flow of blood with 3 successes. That he only can. Does he actually heal 3 on that one? Yeah, there we go. I thought. All right. So he's actually in a lot better shape now, and he spits on the Soviet. But somebody missed that knife, and they didn't frisk him very good. Who searched the prisoners? Nobody speaks up. Caleb kicks the other guy over on his face and plants his foot in his back. Says, JD, search this guy. Or, well, I guess he didn't say JD. He says, your staff sergeant, ain't you? He says, staff sergeant, search this guy. He's got his foot planted in his back so he can't move. And he's got a knife, but it's in a sheath. The other guy's knife, apparently, he had in the back of his belt. Why he's able to get it with his hands zip tied behind him. This guy's was in the north spot on his web gear. That's all he had on him. So there, I think he had 1 reload for his weapon on him too. Yep, 1 magazine in his ammo pouch on his web gear. All right, you guys doing now? So you're gonna take him back up top of the ramp then, prisoner. Okay, we take the vehicles. You're gonna take him up. Right. So you guys get done. You stripping the bodies or leaving uniforms on the bodies? What are you guys doing? Well, you're supposed to split the weapons with the villagers. Okay, so you guys take the villagers up to the bridge to the roadblock, pass the roadblock down on the other side. Um, we're not going to actually use a map for this unless you guys plan on killing anybody. Back to travel map. So you guys are now across the river on the other side. Let you guys get loaded in. Tarzan. And you guys go through the weapons, and there are. So we gotta jot all this down. So the 10 normal guys each have an AKM with 2 reloads and a knife. So that's 10 AKMs, 10 knives, and 20 reloads. Then the guys that were on the RPKs, they each have an AKM and a knife and then 2 reloads as well. So that's 2 more AKMs, 2 more knives, and 4 more reloads. And then the RPG guys, they had a knife, an AKM, and an RPG. They had 2 reloads on the AKMs as well, so 2 more AKMs, 4 more reloads, 2 knives, and then they each have an RPG 16, and then 3 rounds each for their RPGs. Now the RPKs had 2 drums each, 45 round drums, and there's 1 mounted on each UAZ. That was all these guys had. Other than what fuel they had in their boat down to 30 gallons of alcohol in their vehicles. Okay. So that's 14 AKMs, 14 knives, so 7 and 7, and then 1 RPG and 1 RPK each. And you said you wanted to take the running vehicle, which was which one? Looks like that was the second one, right? It was the one that was still able to physically run, correct? Does that sound right? Yeah. The first one got destroyed, pretty much. The engine and the suspension were both at 0. Yeah, that's right. So the engine's got 1 point of reliability left in it on the one you're taking. Are you guys going to spend time working on that, or are you just going? I know you got somebody to talk to, T Wolf. I'm just asking in general. Okay. So is there anything you're doing there, Captain? I have to dice this. So there's 14, but let's see. We'll just say 12 because the two guys lived, right? So they were fine. So out of the 12, there are 10 left. So you can have 5. Yeah, 5. 5. So you piece together 5 serviceable sets for you guys out of it that aren't damaged. Like so, like one guy, he got hit in his chest when he died. So you didn't use his top, but you used his pants because they were fine. They weren't covered in blood. So like that. Nope, they had no body armor. Nope, these guys just had the weapons that they had, and that was it. Nope. If you had to guess, these guys were probably prisoners before they escaped. Came full on marauders. If you're going to make an educated guess on it, because they have, it's like they killed people and took grabbed weapons as they were running. That's what it looks like. They don't because they don't have backpacks or nothing. Two, 3 rounds for the RPG and 2 drums for the RPK. That was half. Yep. All right. And JD, he comes walking over and says, "Here's my cousin and his son. You can talk to them." Probably say early 20s. Says, "I'm Alexander. This is my son Daniel." Oh, I'm okay. I want to actually say it's like almost 9 o'clock now. Time we get all this done. Forgot to advance the time. Let's pause too. How can I help you? Said, well, I'm more come from northeast, not north, but yes, we come from Mazoviki. which is southeast of Warsaw. He's kind of looking at you, a little confused, and he says, "You mean the Vistula River?" He says, Oder on German border. I know nothing about Oder. Says, yes, it's this. I come across bridge southwest or southeast of Warsaw. Uh, bridge. It crosses. Uh, it's on the Autobahn 15. Or wait a minute. Who's that now? That's something else. Autobahn 2. The A2. Yeah. Well, I guess it says 2. I don't know what all this little R's. I guess that's just the sections for mapping purposes. Coordinates, maybe. Yes, we come across south of Warsaw Airport on Autobahn. We stay on Autobahn, come down S7. He says, "Well, I was on. We took Autobahn S7. Yes." Uh, says, I don't know about 77. Where's 77? The Autobahn 7. Yeah, S7. Unless that's what you're calling 77. I don't see a 77. The 7. Yeah, no. He says the S7. The Autobahn. Yeah. There's a 7 and an S7. That's all. Well, I mean, unless you're seeing something different than me. I do not know. We didn't get that close. We did not get off Autobahn to go look. Correct. He says, no, no. Me and my son stay here once we come here. So our trip was very dangerous. We had other people come with us. And several get killed on their journey. Says, yeah. There are traders in town who travel. I don't know, but I know that there are. Suggest to be good. Thank you. Does, think maybe says maybe Tomas Konishi. Yeah, Tomas maybe. I'm not sure if he's in town. You have to go to market in middle of town and see if he's here. He will be there. And I know you've looked at the map of it, right? So the there's a park that they've turned into a market that's near the center of town. You see the children's park. It's kind of like right in the middle of town on the south side. There's a smaller one on the inside of town. Uh, it's well, it's south. It's just like set just southeast, like a couple of blocks of the church. There's a big cathedral in town. You see what I'm talking about? Is that good enough? I mean, for you, or you need more? I mean, it's just it's like this is like 2 blocks north of the 876. Right to right right before you get to the main road through town, north south, that white road, secondary road. It's right, just 2 blocks before that, north, like 2 blocks. So he tells you, go. You can go to the market, and I'll have men guide you there if you want, if you wish. Okay, and it's we're just past midway point. Anybody need to take a break, or do we want to? Okay, all right, and while you're having that conversation, uh, Caleb comes up to you. Quentin says, "Hey, you want to perform maintenance on the guns?" Staff Sergeant. Well, I talk. No, he's talking to the other one. Talking to Quentin. 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 Hello. Yeah. So Caleb comes up to you and says, "You want to do maintenance on the guns together?" All right. So, got. If I'm not mistaken, you guys have weapon kits on the vehicles, right? Or not? No. Anybody have weapon repair kit? Oh, well, that's all I'm asking. Is anybody cricket? Right. It doesn't look like the NPCs have them either, so unless Merit happens to have one. No. Okay. All right. So you got any kind of tech skill there, Quentin? Let's see. Well, for your luck, you're lucky. Caleb actually has it. He will assist you and give you a +1. So, all right. Are you gonna push that, or are you just gonna let it stand? All right. So, when you're working on you're on the 50 cal, correct? Yeah. So when you're working on the 50 cal, you kind of you put it back together. You kind of have one of the bolt went sliding back in right, so you kind of force it. So you kind of scratched up the bolt a little bit, dinged up the reliability at one point. And he's gonna have you assist him on. He's gonna do the Mark 19. You will get a +1 for you assisting. Oh, he kind of has a similar issue on but his was on the ejection feed. He was having an issue on the ejection feed for the Mark 19, and it loses 1 point of durability. Or reliability, excuse me. Said the wrong thing. Like, motherfucker. It's rain. Always the rain. Hey. So, Captain, you hear too the sergeant, staff sergeant cussing about working on the cleaning the crew serve weapons on the main ones on the RSOVs. Sure. Go ahead. Yep. So you got one success. So you repair the 50 cal. You fix the reliability damage it had on it. What's that? And the Mark 19, Caleb Jackson says basically the same thing. Sir, you want to take a look at this? See if you can fix this. Yeah. Well, I don't know. You already got an automatic failure, so unless you get two successes, you're not going to improve anything by pushing. So you might not want to push that, to be honest with you. All right, sir. Well, maybe we'll get back, hook back up with the rest of the company. We can get the weapon repair kit and fix this shit. Tell you, working on, this ain't nothing like working on the family fishing boat out in the Gulf. Your mic's kind of weird today, Tom. Almost like you're underwater. Did you adjusted something? Kind of hard to understand some things when you're saying it. Well, I mean, as far as I can tell, is try doing the extended sentence for a minute. Just say what you did a minute ago, I guess. You there, Tom? Whoa, lots better. Yeah. No, that is light years better. What was the problem? I guess he can't hear us. Hello, Tom. All right, well, we'll go on until Tom starts talking again. So, JD and Katrina, going just the two of them? How are you guys going? Taking the UAZs since they're working on the guns on the RSOVs? Okay. Just two of you? You taking other people with you? Jackson's working on the Mark 19. You can take Cox or Anderson. Oh, well, maybe. I mixed it up. Okay, so, well, 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 they both got launcher, but Jackson has tech, so he's working on the guns. Or, yeah, or Anderson, too. So, that's fine. All right, take Cook. Nope. Captain does, though. Anderson's got driving. All right. So, well, Anderson's just on guard. So you're taking Anderson and Cook, or you're just taking Anderson? Okay. Well, no, he's just been doing guard duty, is what I meant. So, all right. So if you're leaving Cook, he's going to stay up on the bridge and get a vantage point up on the bridge. So you guys head on in. Yeah. Yep. There's a couple of guys on horses that'll lead you in the village. They'll take you right to the market, and they'll be like, "We should pull up." One of them in Polish looks and says, "You see a big fat guy?" He's talking to you. He says, "That's Thomas." Yep. He's got a wagon. It's a converted long bed pickup truck bed, cut off, cab cut off of it. Has a couple horses with it. Yeah, you walk over there. He's haggling with somebody over something. Can you hear us now, Tom? All right, and you sound way better too, by the way. Gotcha. Was he using your webcam mic? Okay. All right. So you guys, when he gets done talking to him, he turns and looks at you and says, in broken English, says, "Oh, Americans. What you want?" Hmm? How helpful depends what you want, what you pay. I hear, I hear shooting. Oh, nice. What you need says, AKM, eh? Says, I have travel on Highway 7 north to, uh, to Warsaw. Uh, doesn't look like there's any major bridges on on the 7. Some minor bridges, but I don't see anything major. Uh, yeah. There's no major bridges, but he says, uh, no road problem on 7, all the way up to S8. We're 7 merged with S8. It take S8 into Warsaw just fine. As far as I go, though, I go no past S2. Too many Soviets at S2. Uh, 720. Gotcha. He says, no, no, not 721. I hit Soviet checkpoint S2. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I found it. Yep. He says, I not on this 721 on S2. I not go to S2. Mm. Marauder always is always something you have to watch out for as trader. Yes, yes. I not see any in past week north. Mm. My my experience, yes. Do I know for sure? Other roads, no. You mean you you wish me to point you to smuggler? Yes. It costs you more than AKM for that information. How many AKM you have? I be helpful. I talking to you. If I but I tell you who the smuggler is, and he not happy, I tell who you are. He not work with me no more. He says 2 AKM, 2 reloads each. It's gonna be an opposed roll. course, like it's easy. Sure. Just looking at it. See where this is gonna apply. None of this is really gonna apply here. This is more for. These things are more for, like, it says you got more people on your side, right? Well, this is not two groups running into each other, right? This is you one on one with a guy, right? So your opponent suffered damage, stress. Your opponent's sick. Your opponent's held captive by you. You've helped your opponent previously. Present your case very well. You outrank your opponent. Your opponent has more people on their side. You ask for something valuable or dangerous. So I mean, I guess I could. Your opponent has nothing to gain by helping you. You're held captive by your opponent. You're having trouble understanding each other. You're not in the same hex. Your opponent outranks. What I mean? So I mean, kind of yes and no. I mean, this is first time you run into each other, so a lot of this stuff doesn't apply because you guys haven't encountered each other before. No, the guy's not sick. He's not under stress at the moment. You haven't helped him previously, so I mean, I guess you presented your case well, so I mean, you could get a bonus for that. But at the same time, you want something valuable, so that offsets, right? So it's just yeah, no bonuses for conflict resolution. He got 3 successes. So so he says, "No, I will do it for AKMs and 3 reloads." Says he sees his eyes. He says, "Acceptable." Sure. Sorry, Emily, but failing and him getting 3 successes, yeah, you're screwed. Yes, he says, in M. Mikalovichowicz, right before S2, on S8. You know what he's talking about? Get right before S2, Mikalovichowicz, about right here. See, are you matching it up? Okay. He says, excuse me, when you get there, you get off S8, yes? Excuse me. Says, get off S8 on Parkoa. On Parkova. That's you'll see where it's at. He says, there's, I'm assuming this is an apartment complex. I have no idea. It's Osito Parkova Mikhailovici. There's where Parkova crosses over the S8 to the west. There's a gray area on the map. It looks like it's a bunch of apartment buildings. I can't tell if that's what it actually is or not because I have no idea what I just read to you and how that translates. I guess I look up, see what this is. Looks like apartments. Yeah, they're apartments. Okay, so there's an apartment complex to the west of Parkova where it exits the S8. Says go there and you ask for Victor Kowalczyk. Kowalczyk is Kowalcy or Czyk. Sorry. He says, in order for him to do business with you, you have to tell him. And he kind of looks around, makes sure nobody's in ear sight, ear range besides you two guys. Says, you tell him Polish horses kick Soviet ass. And then he will deal with you. Polish horses kick Soviet ass. Horses. All right. Fine. Picking on yourself. All right. And he says, so that's information you want, yes? We done here? He says, Says, good. I have other customer waiting. He says, Lixie, my friend. Goes on talking to somebody. Orgy. Hey, hey. Guys, head on back to the group. Anderson and Jackson can both drive, and so can Rodriguez, the medic. So you can use the three NPCs to drive. Anderson doesn't. He's just backup gunner, remember? Or Miller dismounted or whatever, wasn't he? So he can actually be a driver, or he can actually gun. Does he have? No, he's only got a launcher crew. You don't have a machine gunner. Well, Anderson and Cox are both launcher crew. Uh, Jackson has both gunner and launcher crew and can drive. So he could actually, he's backup gunner as well, wouldn't he? Jackson, or is Jackson a main gunner or backup gunner? For Miller. So, so, well, problem with Jackson being or with Cox or Jackson, either one being the gunner on UAZ, or if you're trying to sneak past Russians, they're both black. So they're not a good choice to put in the UAZ if you're trying to use it to sneak past Soviets. Uh, Cox, just so you know, Cox speaks German. The other three males do not speak any foreign languages. Rodriguez speaks Spanish and Polish. Well, I don't know about the other NPC, the other PCs. So I was speaking from an NPC point. You there, Tech? Yeah, see, Jackson and Jackson and who's going into the UAZ? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So why I don't know why the vehicle's not saving who's in it. It's really kind of frustrating because neither vehicle's showing anybody for crew again on the RSOVs. Well, the I'm talking about in the character section. Neither they don't have. I guess it has it on the map versions of them, but not the roster version. Somewhat, but it's only somewhat got it anyway. So let's see. Yeah. No. Okay. Says, yes, my friends, we most definitely appreciate the assistance you have helped us with getting rid of these Soviet marauders. And I look forward to seeing you again. I'm assuming you will be coming south again. All right, so you guys get on the road again. Back on the road again. Okay, back on the road again. All right. You need something from me? Right to the right to the west. Right when you get off. Right when you get off the S8. Are you looking at the map? Okay, so you see where Park Hall, right where Park Hall gets off of the S8. There's like a U horseshoe shaped road around it. Right to the southwest, there's an apartment complex right there. It branches off the bottom part of the U. I'm seeing it on my map. I don't know what map you're looking at, so I mean, it's right there. I mean, it's right there. There's no place to go. If you're where the crossroad is, I'm telling you, it's right there. No, if you're going anywhere, then you're going too far. It's no, it's right there. Not anywhere. That's what I'm saying. It's right on it. So hold on, let me try to find this. It's a different course. Okay, it just doesn't show up on. You're using Google. It don't show up on Google. So I tell you, use that Army Maps better. Right there at the where that U is on Targoa. That there's a right at the bottom part of that U, right on the west side of the U, on the south side. There's a right in the middle of the U at a 45-degree angle. There's a road that goes off, and there's an apartment complex right there. So yeah, I don't know why Google don't show it. If it's showing up on the Army map, it should definitely be showing up on Google because it has a road that branches off of it to go there. So this is definitely a newer map than because there's a bunch of little side streets right off of this road that's not showing up on Google too, like driveway entrances they built for like where they're going to build houses, but they haven't built them yet. That makes sense. Yeah, you got a little driveway. There's a bunch of little driveways off of that U-shaped road that's not showing up on it. So that's why you're not seeing it. And Army Link doesn't. Well, you're gonna have to cross the autobahn that he's talking about to get into town. If you go on back roads, rounds, uh, and with that, it is 9 o'clock. So we ended the stream. Thank you for joining us tonight. Again, thanks David Bradley and Aaron James for allowing us Legend of the our intro music. Guys, next week.